first day passed, and the second, she knelt there with a calabash on her head. Easy returned from his journey very late in the evening of the second day of Uloma's arrest. He searched for his wife but couldn't see her. His fury began and he shouted, alarming the villagers, but no one knew where his wife went to. A small boy in the village had seen the king's guard take Uloma away. He moved close to Ise and told him how the king's guards took Uloma away. Without hesitating, he ran to the king's palace. By this time it was getting dark already. In a bid to know why his wife was actually taken away, he tiptoed gently into the palace, and most of the guards were already asleep. As he walked gently, he used his powers to make one of the guards direct him to the sacred chamber in the forest where his wife was kept. On getting to the sacred hut, the guards who manned the door of the hut were all at alert. From his knowledge of magic, he could make them fall asleep, but no for long. He did this just by merely looking at them from afar. Then he gently entered the room where his wife was locked. He recited an incantation to release his wife from the bondage, regain her consciousness, and helped her drop the calabash on her head. They began to run away from the hut. The sleeping charm used on the guards won't last long. They needed to act fast. Not long after, the guards woke up from their slumber. They realized that Uloma was gone. One of them rushed to inform the king, and he asked them to get her by all means. The guards woke others up, and they all ran chasing after Easy and his wife. At a point, they separated themselves to different sections in the forest.
Ugo, Afa, this way, Utu Saro, that way.
Their leader commanded, dispersing his men into different sections of the forest. They began to search for Uloma. By this time, Uloma was getting tired of running. They stopped at a point and Easy kept encouraging her to run. She kept running with her husband, but at a point, her legs couldn't carry her again, and she fell to the ground.
I'm tired,
she said in a sad tone. Just as they were still talking, some of the guards heard their voice and traced them. Ezi knew they will soon catch up with them. He urged Uloma to run as fast as her legs could carry her. He told her he will be fine, but Uloma needs to run. She felt reluctant to leave her husband at that spot, but he shouted,
"Leave, Uloma! You are the one they want to kill, not me. So run as fast as your legs could carry you."
She reluctantly left her husband, crying as she flee. When the guards reached the spot where Easy was standing, one of them asked him, "Where is she? Where is your wife?" Easy stared at them, saying nothing in order to buy time for Uloma to escape. The guard asked the second time, and he kept mute still. As he asked the third time, he brought out his gun and he shot Ease angrily. Ease gripped his chest, groaning in pain from the gunshot, till he breathed his last. This had already delayed and distracted them from chasing after his wife. The love between the two was abruptly cut short as he was breathing his last. Memories of him and his beloved wife kept coming to his mind. Memories of joyous laughter, sun-kissed harvests, and warm meals together. He knew that by this time, his wife would have escaped the village. Though clouded by pain, he was happy knowing he was able to rescue his wife, their love transcending even death's dark shadow. Sooner, Ezi gave up the ghost. By this time, Uloma had escaped the village, as Easy's body laid there, dead. The guards continued chasing after Uloma, but they didn't see her again. They toiled throughout the night, but couldn't find her. In the morning, they informed the king about the incident. King Ebuka quickly called on the priest. He said,
"The pregnant woman is nowhere to be found. Her husband returned from Amadou village and rescued her from the sacred hut."
What? How did it happen?
He asked. The king was speechless.
We are supposed to use her for the sacrifice today. This is a very big problem for you, my king, and even for the whole village.
He said, "My king," he continued.
Except the woman is found. There is no other solution to this problem.
From that day, things changed for worse in the village. Both the young and the old began to die. People started getting missing and began to stay indoors. Even those who stayed indoors sleep and wake up no more. Sudden death struck the village. The village was plagued by mysterious illnesses. The village hospitals were full that two people sometimes had to manage one bed. Despite that, many of them ended up dying. Farmers got sick and unable to work in the farm. This made their crops to grow sparingly, causing famine in the village. The once peaceful kingdom crumbled. 30 years passed, and King Ebuka's grip on power began to slip. His youthfulness faded, replaced by wrinkles and frailty. The king has grown very old, his skin rumpled and his body weak and fragile. The youthfulness he once sought for was far gone. He grew older and older by the day, and he felt more pains every single day. He now grew older than his age, feeling deep pains all over his body every day. Many a times, the king will call on doctors from overseas to check his health, but they all didn't find anything wrong with him. Meanwhile, the pain he felt increased each day. One day, the king resorted to killing himself. He said, taking a liquid poison from a small plastic bottle. He gulped it down, expecting to die and be free from the pains he is feeling. To his surprise, he didn't die. He only felt great pains after taking the poison. He will groan in pains, thinking he will die afterwards. However, the pains subsidize in no time, without making him dead. The king kept trying, getting different poisons, however, none of it worked. As days rolled by, he kept growing older and older. Desperate to end his suffering, he sought the help of a sorcerer from the neighboring village. The priest who had always assisted the king in killing pregnant women had already passed on. He had grown very old and died. Many of his chiefs, as at that time, had also passed on. So, no one knew about what he had done in the past. He called the sorcerer and told him the evil things he had done in the past.
I wanted to grow old on the throne, but now I've overgrown, and I'm feeling a burning pain in me. I want to die. I also want to join my ancestors. Please, what is the solution?
He asked in a shaky tone. After what seemed like a meditation, the sorcerer finally spoke. Did you know where the pregnant woman who escaped is at the moment? He asked.
This is something that has happened over 30 years ago, and when she escaped, no one ever saw her again.
The king replied. The sorcerer heaved a great sigh and revealed the shocking truth.
The pregnant woman was able to give birth, and she delivered triplets before dying. Now the only solution is to find her children. You were supposed to renew your life with them before they are born, and now that they are born, you will live till those children grow old and die. Their life is your life, their soul, your soul. If they are destined to live 100 years each, you will live 300 years, measuring 100 years for each of the triplet. Except you find them and kill them so y'all can die together, you will continue to live and grow in pains till then.
How will King Ebuka find Uloma's triplets? Does he even know where they live now after 30 years? Will he keep bearing the pain of living and never dying? Do you think this story should continue? Let us know in the comment section.